Imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing your paycheck won't arrive. How long could you survive? Could you pay rent, groceries, bills, and debts? Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad is not just a book about money. It is a roadmap for financial intelligence and freedom. It contrasts two very different philosophies: the advice of his biological father, the highly educated but financially struggling poor dad, and the guidance of his friend's father, the self-made, financially independent, rich dad. Through these lessons, Robert learned that true wealth is less about income and more about mindset, knowledge, and action. Poor Dad believed in traditional success. Study hard, get good grades, go to college, find a stable job, climb the corporate ladder. Stability, security, and pensions were the ultimate goals. Yet despite his credentials and intelligence, Poor Dad often struggled financially. Bills piled up, taxes weighed heavily, and he constantly worried about money. He viewed money as a source of problems, a necessary evil to survive life. Rich Dad, on the other hand, had little formal education, but a keen understanding of business and investing. He believed that money was simply a tool and that the real problem was financial ignorance. He taught Robert that learning how money works is far more important than simply working for it. Where Poor Dad focused on security, Rich Dad focused on opportunity, risk management, and asset building. One of the first lessons Robert learned was that the rich don't work for money. As a child, he worked for Rich Dad for a very small wage. He quickly became frustrated, thinking the job was pointless. Instead of giving in or raising his pay, Rich Dad stopped paying him altogether. The lesson was clear: if you only chase money, you miss the opportunities all around you. Robert and his friend then created a small comic book library, charging other kids a few cents to read comics. Suddenly, they were earning money even when they weren't actively working. This early experience revealed a critical principle. Employees trade time for money, but the wealthy create systems and assets that generate income independently of their presence. Financial literacy is the foundation of wealth. Many people confuse assets with liabilities. An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out. Most people believe their home is an asset, but if it costs mortgage, taxes, insurance, and maintenance every month without generating income, it is in fact a liability. The poor and middle class often spend money on things that increase liabilities: cars, electronics, luxury items, thinking they are building wealth. The rich focus on acquiring assets that produce cash flow, rental properties, businesses, dividend-paying stocks, or royalties from intellectual property. Understanding this distinction is essential. Wealth is built by keeping more money and using it wisely, not just by earning more. Rich Dad emphasized the importance of minding your own business. Your job is what you do for someone else. Your business is what you build for yourself. Even while working a regular job, the rich focus on growing their asset column. That could mean running a side business, investing in real estate, or owning shares in companies. By prioritizing assets over salary, they gradually move from earned income to passive income. Focusing on someone else's business creates a paycheck, but building your own assets creates freedom. Taxes and corporations are another area where financial education matters. Employees are taxed heavily on income they barely see, while businesses can deduct expenses and pay tax only on the remaining profit. Corporations, when used legally and wisely, protect assets, reduce tax burdens, and provide flexibility. Rich Dad's lesson was clear. Learning how money and legal structures work gives you a massive advantage. This is not about cheating the system, but about understanding it and using that knowledge strategically. The wealthy also understand that they can invent money. Opportunities exist everywhere, but most people fail to recognize them because they are too focused on security and fear. The rich observe markets, analyze numbers, and act decisively. They take calculated risks where the potential upside outweighs the downside. Knowledge, preparation, and courage create the so-called luck that others envy. For example, buying an undervalued property, starting a small venture that solves a real problem, or investing in a business others overlook can generate enormous returns. Rich Dad taught Robert to work to learn, not just to earn. High-paying jobs are not always the best investment in your future. Jobs that teach skills such as sales, marketing, accounting, investing, negotiation, and leadership have lasting value. These skills compound over time, empowering you to manage money, grow businesses, and seize opportunities. Those who work purely for salary are easily replaceable. And there you have it. The most important lessons from Rich Dad, Poor Dad. 2 fathers, 2 mindsets, and a single truth. Financial freedom isn't about how much you earn. It's about how you think, how you learn, and how you let your money work for you. If you start applying even one of these principles today, paying yourself first, investing in assets, or learning a new financial skill, you'll be building your path to freedom step by step. So, what are you waiting for? Take control of your money, take control of your life, and start building your future today. If you found this video helpful, inspiring, or even just a little eye-opening, make sure to hit that like button, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more book summaries, practical money tips, and life-changing lessons. Remember, financial freedom isn't a dream, it's a skill, and every skill can be learned. See you in the next video.